So today I'm going to be reviewing the new Serato DJ library better. This is Mali Tech stuff here, and I went into my email on August 4th, and under my promotional tab, I found this email, and it was an introduction to join the beta, right, of the new Serato library. And it's very interesting because just as a tech person, there's some things that I've tried to do, subconsciously, and it just wasn't possible, right? But because of how good Serato has been, it has really helped me be very flexible with the way I manage my DJ library and create. And the introduction of Apple Music was just a game changer. So that made me actually move away from DJ Pro, algorithm DJ Pro. Also, the fact that my Denon SC Live 4 gives me access to Pro on Serato, so was a no brainer. So I decided to try the beta, and when you right click, you get this forum, right, where you get a lot of discussions on what's happening, and a lot of updates really going on here. But I think the most important thing is they actually recommend that the first thing you do is to back up your libraries, right? So you need to back up your libraries, and they also provided steps on how you can actually just manage different instances of Serato, and I'll show you how they do it here. So to download, you can open this link, right? So you see the Mac and the Windows, and you also see like the release notes. So that before you do that, just note I believe you need to go through these this links. So this particular one is very good. So backing up your playlist. So hi everyone, hope you're excited. Make sure you do the following to backup, right? So you can back up your data. If you go through this link, they show you how to do the backup. Once you're done backing up, right? There's a very interesting step that they mentioned. Let me see if I can find the documentation here. Just give me 1 second. So public beta. So suggesting a new feature so that basically they recommended that you can create multiple versions of your Serato just in case as a safety protocol, right? So let's see if they have it here. Okay, I don't think they mentioned it here. But so what they suggested was, for example, in your applications folder, if you had, say, the Serato DJ Pro, by default, it comes in as Serato DJ Pro. You could actually rename, right, this one. So let's say this is version 3.3.2, for example, and you wanted to actually install the new version to test, right? Because even when you open it, you're gonna see like a warning video that says, or like a warning image that says, don't use this in live settings because it's a better. But I think it was pretty smooth and fine for me. But anyway, they recommend that you can rename the older one, and then when you install the new one, it comes as Serato DJ Pro, and then you can also rename this one. What does this do? This gives you the flexibility of actually falling back to your original, setting your original Serato, just in case this one maybe fails in between, instead of replacing that older version, right? And I think this is a very smart way of like releasing this better update, right? Where like DJs are not stranded. You can just fall back to this on the fly. So that's I think that was very important for them to share. So just you can try this out on your own as well, so you don't like update to the better and then you're stuck with it, and have issues during live gig. So let's go right into it. So I'm just gonna open it up and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So this is the warning that this is the better version. So back up your Serato DJ and ensure you have the latest drive firmware. Thank you for testing. Press enter to continue. So once you press enter, yeah, so voila. So not not a lot changed on the actual like controls. Like again, as they said, it's more like a library management update, right? But here you see we do have like all the way it looks. You will notice that there's a difference here, right? And you will also notice your analyze file button looks a bit different. We have the artworks. I think this is really cool because sometimes on the fly, like I'm a very visual person, right? So on the fly, like I know hit songs by just looking at the the album art. So it was good that they added this feature of the like just the nice artwork, and they say it's resizable. I haven't played around with that yet, but for sure. And then you can also turn on analyze on import. Can do analyze entire library, and the interesting part is you can actually analyze while your controller is connected, right? I'm also gonna test that. So here you also have like your streaming platform and your search. So you can actually choose to search only streaming platforms or choose to search all, which is really cool, right? And under files, yes. So this is another update, right? Files now looks really good. It looked very, very old, like a Windows XP before. I don't know why it was like that, but I think with this now it's pretty good, and I think it shows all like your music stuff, so you can go into folders and like see. Yeah, this is pretty interesting, right? And I think you can rescan file info, relocate lost files, relocate from folder. So this is really good. I like good user interface, right? So let's see what prepare looks like. Oh, loads up on the side and resizable. Yeah, that's nice. I think that's really good. Instead of like blocking off your space, because sometimes it does mess up my view when I have that just lurking around. So I think that's good. So what else? So yeah, so they have sort. You can sort alphabetically by date created. I never really used to do much stuff here because it just felt like, okay, well, like there's no flexibility on the crate, so why bother, right? But with this, it's pretty interesting. So like you can actually, yeah, you can add to prepare crate, you can add to stems crate. This is actually very nice, right? It like, so imagine if you had like a whole folder of stems, right? So you could just right click. I think this is very 2025, right? You could do create color. Okay, this is dope. I like this. I like this. Let me make this red. Nice. Okay. And what else do we have? Okay, add to. You can analyze files here. You can rescan. You can favorite create. So let's say I wanted to do a favorite of say my Afrobeats pack. Oh no, let me do this one. I created like a custom smart crate with BPMs just so on the fly I'm ready to go. So I could do this and favorite crate, and yeah, so it goes to the top. So imagine if I had a gig and so remove from favorite. Imagine if I had a gig and I've already set up my playlist. Let me actually see if this will work. So add to, okay. So we can't favorite um so we can't actually favorite the like Apple Music one, but I think it's just like the default Serato crates that we can do that too, right? So let's see. They mentioned something about moving like songs from your streaming platforms over. So let's say my baby. Let's move. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay. So if I wanted to add it to, let's say this pack, for example, right? I could come here and move something from a streaming platform in here, and it will go, right? Oh, probably based on BPM. Oh yeah, here it goes. This is nice. We didn't have this flexibility before, so this is really good. This is really good. Now I can combine, um like I can actually create a playlist that works both ways, because sometimes, like Apple Music doesn't provide like stems, for example. So if I wanted to, I could just, like create prepare a playlist that has, downloaded songs and like actual streaming platform songs where I could, mix and match. Before, you would have to like scroll down to, where you have those songs, and at some point you're like, hey, I'm on the fly, there's no need to get fancy, let me just keep playing the songs that I already had from my Apple Music. But with this, I'll definitely have that flexibility, so this is really good. So let me remove from, yeah, delete from crate. Perfect. This is perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so I think this is pretty good. This is pretty intuitive. I'm glad to be able to just, go through this and, share some new info with you guys. I don't know if you want to join the beta, but like I said, you see, if you notice, I have Serato DJ 4.0 and I have the 3.3. So and my library is backed up. I didn't need to create a new folder. It didn't create a new folder. It just picked up from my existing Serato folder. So everything I had before this 4.0 beta stayed the same, right? So I think this is a pretty interesting one. All right. So the next part that I'm gonna just touch on before I end this video is, analyzing on the fly with the controller connected. So currently I have my Denon SC Life 4 connected. So that's why you can see like all these controls, right? So, and you notice how we still have the analyze button, right? So just as an example, I'm just going to disconnect first so you see the changes, right? So now I'm disconnected, and you notice how I don't have the jog wheels and we have the analyze button, right? But I'm gonna reconnect it back now, so you see that it's actually, connected. So connecting, okay. So detecting my hardware and hardware connecting. Yeah, this was something that algorithm DJ had that I liked, and when I switched to Serato, it was just very strange for me, right? But now you see we still have our analyze button. So let me see if I have any song that I haven't analyzed before. Um, okay, let's say Party Next Door, or even, okay, this one. Voila, it's nice. Nice. I could actually do a set. Yep. It's analyzing on the fly. Yeah, and in fact, it looks very clean, because before you would have a whole window pop up here, and it just feels like you can't even do anything at that point. Like, okay, what am I doing? Right? Like, the takes over the page. You can't connect your controller, but I could be analyzing and playing a song at the same time, right? So that's really good. That's really, really good, right? Like, I have the song playing from the controller, you know, and it's still analyzing. I mean, if you have a pretty good computer, you shouldn't have issues, and these are things that you should be able to do, off the fly without, issues. And yep, so all the songs are pretty much analyzed, right? And yeah, so there you go. So I think this is a pretty good update, and let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, tap the like button, and just let me know what you feel about these updates. If you try it, and or you could just, if you're not down to risky, you could wait. Wait for the official one. So yeah, Mali tech stuff here. Take care.